I've been an avid watcher of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City since its conception. And let me tell ya, taking the franchise to the Mormon motherland of Utah was a gold mine. Today, we will be discussing Season 4 and Part 1 of the 3-part reunion. Buckle up and put your helmets on. My name's Elisa. If you've never met me, my name's Elisa. If you're not keen to The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Utah, let me just give you a quick backstory on Season 4, and then we're going to talk about Part 1. I don't know much about the other seasons. I live in Potomac. Used to love New Jersey, but I just cannot see any of them topping The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Utah. I just can't. So The Real Housewives is a group of honestly non-housewives. They're not even all wives. The closest housewife is Mary, and her husband slash step-grandpa doesn't even live in the home.
Who's your husband? It's your step-granddaddy.
And on the topic of Mary, thank you for bringing her back. The best part about Mary is she doesn't like any of the ladies except for Meredith and maybe a tad bit of Monica. For the Mary fans, I'm a Mary fan too, so do not come for me for talking about her husband slash step-grandpa. There's no way that did not play a factor in choosing her as a cast member. I just, back to what I was saying. The Real Housewives is a group of women that are ex-Mormons, Mormons with tequila companies, Jews, a Christian, a whistleblower, ex-Mormon slash re-Mormonized, and Angie. Messi does not even begin to explain the 16 hours of TV gold Bravo gave us this season. Let me give you a quick backstory. This photo is a photo of the original cast. One of those girls is no longer here, and that is because she is doing time in the federal pen for scamming elderly people out of millions of dollars. Even though she's locked up, she still plays a major role in this story. This lovely lady here, Monica, she's new to the cast. She is the one that blew the whistle on Jen. And even more than that, the producers brought on Monica, knowing that the ladies did not know this information until it all was revealed in the season finale. Throughout the season, the ladies have their weekly fallouts, their frequent trips, their makeups, and they even had heartfelt moments in there too.
Do you think I look inbred?
I do.
At the top of season 4, Heather tries to bring all the girls together. There was some drama after season 3. I mean, what do we expect? And Meredith proposes their very first trip to Palm Springs. We're introduced to Monica. She becomes acquainted with the group, and in her confessional, that is when we learn that she is the whistleblower. Monica is a single mother of 4. She's going through a divorce. She does not have as much as the other ladies. She doesn't really have much of a platform, and she definitely does not have the money that these other ladies have. So very early on, we see her talking to her mom, which she has a very tough relationship with, talking about how she had to buy a Chanel purse just because she thought it would help her fit in, because she felt so out of place with these ladies. And that's where Lisa Barlow enters the chat. On the way to Palm Springs, Lisa Barlow loses a ring that she says is very sentimental to her, but she also mentions several times that the ring cost $60,000. She goes on and on and on. This eventually rubs Monica the wrong way. Monica brings it up to Lisa.
You think I can't relate to the middle class America? I do 100%.
Middle class people don't have $60,000 rings either.
Yes, they do.
Lisa does not like being called out. Lisa Barlow does no wrong to Lisa Barlow. So, by being called out by Monica, this causes Lisa Barlow to almost hate Monica. Sorry, dislike. I don't want to use that word in 2024. Dislike strongly Monica for almost the entire season. Also at the top of the season, we see Meredith and Lisa trying to rekindle their friendship. Their relationship is starting to look very, very different. Not bad, but they're not as close as they came in on season 1. If there was another relationship to be tested, it was Heather and Whitney. They're best friends slash cousins, not like first or second, but I guess a little more distant. And they have been struggling with their relationship, which we thought would have been one of the strongest bonds at the beginning of the show. And same with Whitney and her husband, Justin. If there is one thing Bravo's gonna do, it is put a relationship to the test. So if you know anything about Angie, she's been trying to poke her way onto the season. Season 3, we started seeing her a little bit, but this season, with Jen gone, she finally finds her seat at the table. and it is right next to Lisa Barlow. Her relationship was placed under the spotlight because Monica and Meredith, honestly, I like Meredith, so maybe I'm being biased, and knowing what I know about Monica, Monica tried to play the victim a lot. It was brought up on the show that there were rumors going around that Angie's husband had been sleeping with other men. And here's the thing. In Angie's confessionals at the top of the season, she made it a point to state that her husband was not really a priority of hers. So I don't know. Many of the women had said those rumors had been going on for years. I don't know. She brought up this rumor to Meredith, and she had done this a few times throughout the season. Honestly, looking back, I'm just like, Monica, bravo. She knew Meredith and Angie were not in a good place. She basically acted as if Meredith brought up this secret, and this caused Angie to freak out on Meredith, and Lisa, feeling the trauma that she had felt from the things that she had done to Meredith, but what also was circulating about her, had come back to her. And Whitney, again, was at the center of this. Basically, this kind of pushed Meredith out of the group. It pushed Lisa closer to Angie. It made Lisa distrust Meredith a bit more. Monica and Whitney, they might be working together behind the scenes. I like Monica, so I want to give her some grace.
Okay, so the rest of the video is out of focus a little bit. It was very bright. I couldn't see. I'm sorry. But please keep watching.
Moving on to Whitney this season. Whitney was honestly the least dramatic I've ever seen her on the show. I guess she's come to a really good point with her trauma healing spiritual stuff. Honestly, she seems to have grown, to me, a bit more. One of her best friends was diagnosed with cancer and ended up passing away during filming, so I can understand that probably puts a very big toll on you. I actually feel really bad for her, and I think that she handled it a lot better than many people would have. But do not think she did not have room in the tank for a yearly massive fallout with Heather. Honestly, they had a couple. They kept coming back together. It was crazy, and her fallouts with Lisa almost every other week. And let's talk about Lisa. Why these women want Lisa Barlow's approval so badly, I will never know. But what I do know is she dresses the best. Maybe they look up to her. Lisa came for everybody this season. She does. She cried probably like 28 times. She was upset with Monica about the ring. She was upset with Angie for being friends with Monica after they had had a little issue with that rumor going around. She had a few fallouts with Whitney. She didn't take accountability, but it did make her think. Of course, she lost her top on Meredith on the yacht. And she did have her struggles with Meredith this season as well. And I mean, I could even say that Lisa is growing in that way, because Meredith is still like, I know rumors about blah, 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 which I'm sure there's rumors circulating. When you're running in those circles that you're running in, I'm sure everybody talks about everybody. To be honest, it doesn't seem non-toxic. I would say her and Heather were pretty okay. I feel like I'm forgetting someone. Either way, Lisa lost her top a bunch. She cried a bunch. She ignored John as usual. And she was dealing with the fact that her oldest son is going on a mission. And whenever you go on a mission, you go for 2 years and you can't see your family or something like that. I'm not even sure if you can talk to your family or something. I'm going to put it on screen. She did have her own stuff that she was struggling with. So to be honest, Lisa, I feel like you handled it as best as you could. Mary made a few appearances throughout the season. Not very many. I wish she would have made more. Mary does not like all the drama. She doesn't see herself needing to be in it. And good for her. Miss Meredith was at the center of a lot of drama. And I feel badly because I feel like she doesn't even want to be. Is she innocent? No. But I feel like she really tries her best to keep composed and to disengage. But looking back, I will say I feel like Monica used her as a pawn a lot. And I still like Monica. This season ends with the ladies on a trip in Bermuda. That's where Monica's family's from. Heather planned this trip for her birthday. Monica was supposed to go meet her family. Monica's mom reached out to the family because Monica and her mom were in a fight. Monica's mom basically told the family not to meet her. She was very, very sad about this. The ladies were trying to make sure she had a great time. Even Lisa was on board with making sure she had a great time. But Heather was doing some Heather work behind the scenes, and she got a little cybersecurity team together, started investigating, and there was an account called Reality Von Teese, basically the gossip girl of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Utah. She tells the ladies in private, they bring it up at a dinner, they scream at her.
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, everything to prove that you are a bully and a troll.
She screams back, of course, because she's Monica.
That is bullshit.
And then they dismiss her.
And you do not deserve to be at this table or anywhere near any of us for the way you've treated us. You're done.
damn, if it couldn't have made her trip to Bermuda any worse, poor thing. Part 1 of the finale, which is what we are getting into right now. And to be honest, it was pretty light. I felt like they could have gone harder. Andy, I felt like, could have asked the harder questions. But you know what? I know Mary's coming on. I know that it's gonna get a lot crazier from the previews, so I wait. So part 1, Monica is seeing the ladies for the first time. The energy, I can feel it. The tension, I can feel it through the screen. She feels uncomfortable. They feel uncomfortable. And Andy starts talking to her about her relationship with Jen. She was like, Jen was my friend. I was working for free. And then Heather started butting in. She started asking questions like, didn't you think you were going to get something from this? And Monica was like, no. And then also rumors surfaced that Monica stole Lisa's $60,000 ring, but nobody came to her defense. Which, I mean, they wouldn't, because they found out she was the gossip girl of Salt Lake City, Utah. Heather pulling out the receipts on Monica every chance she had gotten. Now Monica looked like a liar. She definitely did. But, and maybe because I like her, I still want to give her grace. These other ladies, they have done the season finales before. I'm sure they did their homework before the season finales, but definitely Heather. Pulling out the receipts of that voice memo of Monica saying that she would have used Jen Shaw because Kim Kardashian was an assistant, and look at where she is. Heather. Oh my God. Heather girl. Heather Gay was ready. Also, Monica saying that the ratings suck and the cast was wrong, which is why she applied for season 4. And Heather being like, well, what did you say? And she was like, I said the cast sucks. And then Bravo and Andy pulling up the receipts just to show that that is not what she said at all. I just want to believe that she was just not in her element. She doesn't know how a season finale goes. She's never done this before. Monica, you should have done your homework. Meredith was called out for evading confrontation. And to be honest, there was only one real time where I saw her do that this season. The other times, like, she was evading confrontation because people were genuinely ganging up on her. And knowing what I know now about Monica, she was like, I'm not engaging in this because I know I didn't do it. Lisa's losing her top screaming at dinner in a cave when I didn't do anything wrong. So props to Meredith. She does still do that. But to be honest, I don't even have a follow-up. I know. So Lisa was called out about this ring again. Obviously, as you know, then she started crying, talking about how it was a push present because Henry almost passed away during his birth. And so, you know, that makes more sense. Oh my gosh, I've already finished the juice. We're not even done. The whole Whitney and Lisa dispute about Lisa not giving Whitney a hug or something after her friend passed because she gave Heather gifts. I don't know. That whole conversation was so unserious to me. That was so not important. Why are we still bringing that up? This is where I'm like, Whitney hasn't grown in that way because like Whitney's just like, I need love, I need support, but at the same time, Whitney did not want to talk about it. They were at an outing and then there was still a falling out. Honestly, I'm team Lisa on that state. Until Whitney stops trying to therapize everybody and Lisa decenters herself, those two aren't really getting anywhere. Moving on. Last but not least, Angie. I don't have much to say here, but I will say Angie wants Monica to be your hater so bad. Monica, the rumors that she spread on national TV were hurtful, but at the same time, when you sign up for this show, like, what did you think was gonna happen? They have to get the ball rolling in some way. They have to get the screen time in some way. Like, I don't think it was personal. I just think she was thinking about herself. But so are all of them. What I will leave you with on the front of Angie is a quote from Monica. Quote, "This doesn't even involve you like most of the season." Unquote. Heather kept it pretty quiet, other than when she was being Angie 2.0, but I loved it. I like Heather. I want to say that's it. I said this reunion part 1 was pretty light. So I'm really excited for the next 2 weeks. Basically, they got to curse, which I love. I've been recording for a minute, you guys. So I'm going to wrap it up. If you haven't already, checked out my blog, Sunday Morning Juice. The latest blog post is here. 5 life-changing books to brighten your future. My Universal Year 8 calendar is live. For the other 2 parts of the finale, I'm going to be posting in real time on YouTube Shorts, so make sure that you're subscribed so you can see everything that I have to say and we can have a little discussion about it. And I'll be seeing you back here Monday.